All right, guys, welcome to Math Today. Thanks for being flexible. You've got an ed puzzle to complete. And today you're going to need 2 workbook pages, so if you could rip these out. We're looking at IN51 and IN53. They're all the way in the back of your workbook. If you could pause the video, find those, rip them out, and once you have, come on back. Okay, we're going to get going here. Today we are talking about algebra, and you are going to learn how to plug in a value for what is called a variable. When you see a letter in a math problem, we've talked about this before, it's called a variable. There's another important thing that you need to know about a variable is when it is paired up with a number like this and there's no symbol in between them. When there's a number and a variable right next to each other, that means that we multiply. And in the order of operations in math, we always multiply first. So when I see this, I'm a little confused. But down here, they're going to tell us what the C equals. So we're going to start with plugging in 9 for C. And what I write down, I'd like you to write down too. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to write the 2 because they already gave it to us, and we're going to plug this 9 in for the C. I know that I'm going to be multiplying by 9 because it's 2C, and that shows multiplication. And then I'm going to add 9, and I will find out what the D equals. Now, when I look at this, I have to always remember that I'm doing multiplication first, and then I add or subtract second. So 2 times 9 I do first, which is 18, and then I add the 9, which would be 27. And you just repeat that process until you have filled in the rest of the empty boxes. So let's try 10. 2, and then I'm going to fill in C with 10, so I'm going to multiply and then add the 9. That stays the same. And then I'm going to figure out what that is. Do this with me. Remember, we multiply first. So 2 times 10 is what? 20. And then plus 9 more, my answer would be 29. Can you try this process for plugging in 11 for C? Write out this same problem, but instead of using 10 and 9, we're going to use 11. Go ahead and try that, and then tell me what you think D is. Go. We should have said 2 times 11 plus 9. And what do I do first? I multiply first. 2 times 11 is 22, plus 9 more is... 2 times 11 is 22, plus 9 more is 31, sorry. Oh my goodness, are you seeing a pattern here? I don't even need to figure out all this math for the last one because look, up by 2, up by 2. So this last one is going to be 33. Woo! And question 4 says, what's the pattern in the table? Can you go ahead and type the pattern into the ed puzzle and write it down on your paper? The pattern is add 2 for D, right? We're going up by 2 in the D column, not the C column, but the D column is going up by 2. All right, awesome. Let's keep going. Down here, we have more variables. I want you to tell me right now in the ed puzzle, when we have a number and a letter right next to each other, what does that mean? Dun, dun, dun. Did you write or type in multiplication? You are correct. So they're going to give us the J, and we have to figure out what the K is. So all I'm doing is I'm multiplying 6 by whatever they give me over here. So 6, they've already done the first one for us. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times J, which is 3, is going to give me K. What is that? 18. How about this next one? 6 times what this function is. I'm going to write it over here. 6 times 4. What's going to go in this box? Can you enter it into the ed puzzle? 24. 6 times 5 is 30. And then how about this last one? What's this last one going to be? Enter it into the ed puzzle. 36, right? Are you getting it? And what's my pattern here? I'm going up by 6 every time because I'm multiplying by 6. All right, good job. Let's keep going here. Now I have 24 plus m equals n. I need to figure out what n is. They give me the m. I just have to plug it into the equation. So 24 plus 10. What does that equal? 34. Can you do the next one? I'd like you to write the equation over here and then put the answer into the Ed puzzle. Go ahead. 24 plus 20, that's going to give me 44. Oh, do you notice the pattern? It's going up by something specific. Can you write in the last answer and then put it into the Ed puzzle? Good job. You're rocking it. Okay, let's do this last column, 7. Here I have two variables. We need to find n when they give us m, and I see some multiplication and subtraction. So we're going to need to do both of those when we're solving. So they give us 3 and they say the output is 4. If I put in 3 for m, I'm going to get 4. How about it? Let's try putting in 4 for 5. I'm going to write it over here. 5 times 4, and then I'm going to subtract 11. What do I do first? Multiplication. 5 times 4 is 20, and then 20 minus 11 is going to give me 9. Can you try the last two and then enter those answers into the Ed puzzle? Go. We should have done 5 times 6 minus 11 and 5 times 7 minus 11, and that would give me 19, and that would give me 34. And I'm recognizing a pattern because each time these columns are going up by 10. It's not 34, I'm sorry. It's 24. Whoops. Okay, now let's look at some word problems. This is the same thing as up here. It's just giving us in words, so I like to underline important information. Melly needs 4 minutes to run each lap. The equation is m equals 4L. That's the same thing as giving us an equation up here. To represent the total time in minutes, Nellie needs to run L laps, where this M is the time in minutes. The L is the number the number of laps. So how many minutes M does Nellie need to run in 10, 20, or 30 laps? So they want us to find these 3 answers by plugging in 10, 20, and 30. Now they've already told us we want to find how many minutes, which is M. So I am plugging in these numbers for L. I'm going to show you the first one. M equals 4, and I'm going to use 10 first. 10. I can represent multiplication by using parentheses. It's the same thing as putting like a variable and a number right next to each other. M would equal 40. Can you try for plugging in 20 and 30? Go ahead. M equals 4 times 20, which equals 80 as one of my other answers. And then M equals 4 times 30, which would give me 120. These are my 3 answers that I was looking for today. And you will see that they went up by 40 each time. Yay! Okay, so today you can successfully know what a variable is and solve for a given variable when they give us what the other one equals. Algebra. You could do algebra. How cool is that? So today on your homework on your own, I would like you to complete the entire front side of IN53, these 5 problems. And when you are done, I would like you to send a photo of it to me so I know that you did it. And if you have any questions, please send me a message and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. And if I don't get back to you, don't worry about it. We will talk more about this later this week. All right, good work today. Thanks for following along. Work hard and do your best.